All right, guys, welcome to the Media Hijack podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris Unholy Jesus. Damn.
What's up, man? Happy Saturday.
The hell am I saying, man?
Yeah.
Like Media podcast. Damn. I only had like one beer. That's all it takes. I haven't had a beer in a while, so.
Dude, I don't drink beer anymore. Not like I'm
That's
not
good.
like I don't. I just haven't.
Yeah, I've been on a wine. Been drinking wine a lot.
I'm like, if you don't drink some health. If you don't drink healthy. Drink wine.
Drink wine. Sounds healthy.
Right.
All right, guys, let's get into today's episode. If you guys want to get some official t-shirts like this one right here, head over to themediahijack.com. Grab you some official t-shirts. And if you guys want to catch the replay for this live Twitch video, you can head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe over there. And audio listeners, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, give us that 5-star frog splash. And yeah, that's it.
Right on.
All right, Chris is going to be doing the main topic for tonight, and then I have a lot of little small fun topics we can talk about, like the eclipse, for example.
Oh.
And all the theories and everything.
All right. Hell yeah. So down for that. Because I ain't know that. You did mention before we had an eclipse coming, I think. At least once I remember you mentioned it.
Yeah, April 8th.
Yeah. I wonder if I can see it out here, man. I mean, we ain't got no buildings out here. It's all flat and some little mountains here and there, but.
I don't know. I think maybe you guys might be in the zone where you guys can actually really see it. I'm not sure. Because it's completely going like diagonally across. Like, I guess it starts from Texas or some shit.
Okay.
You're I don't know. You might be close to it too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we might miss it. If it's in Texas, we might miss it.
I know I'll miss it.
Oh no, we saw that dope ass one back in, what was it, 2017?
Yeah.
The real dope one, that Luna one, that was a dope one. So
I drove through that shit, driving home, and then it got dark, but it didn't fully get dark. But I was like, ooh, that's kind of spooky.
Yeah, I had to drive. I saw it when it first happened, and then I had to leave to go to work. And I just remember like everybody's like traffic was like being weird. I'm like, come on, y'all need to go, man. Like, all right,
it did feel strange. Like the whole atmosphere felt strange. I was like, damn.
Felt so weak. Yeah, it got cold too, man. And I felt so weak. I was like, man, what if the sun just went out and then turned back on? We will be done, man. Horrifying.
Better hide your rice. I'm taking that shit. Survive for another 3 days.
Of rice?
Yeah.
Straight rice.
All right. Well, we got Chris Unholy.
Oh, did you want to chat about what you call real quick?
The 3 body problem?
Yeah, 3 body problems. So what do you think of overall of the show? Like, I haven't finished it. I got to halfway
overall,
through
it was a good series. I mean, well, there's like another two seasons left, I think. And it was confusing, but there was some really like deep concepts like in their reality where it can almost branch into our reality. I can see it happening like with AI actually taking over like our reality, because it kind of seemed like that's happening like right now, you know?
Right.
Because almost like every big software company, right? There's like AI already in their system now.
Right.
And who knows? Like maybe our sky is like not
AI
real.
sky, big eye looking down at us and checking in.
Yeah, because there's like this one video before you continue. But there's this one video where it shows like this lady. She zooms up like in the sky, right? And then she sees like the star, but then there's like a square around it. Like it's almost like they pasted in the star. And then if you zoom in more, right? And then she adjusted like the brightness and the contrast of that photo. It looks like little cubes, like Minecraft, like but in the sky. And then there's like a random T. I was like, it could be like, I don't know, like. The photo could be, you know, when you zoom so much, it starts getting like a deform, whatever you're seeing.
Yeah, closer,
Distortion, I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say, for anybody who was listening and don't understand what we're talking about, there's a show on Netflix called The 3 Body Problem. 3 bodies we had to look up. I had to look up. Billy had to look up. basically the alignment of the three bodies of a sun. That if they get within each other's like what's the word I'm looking for? With back like basically if they align within each other, wild shit can happen. And it kind of just throws physics completely out the window, because as humans we are taught to believe that we revolve around the sun and only one sun. And the show is like, okay, the theory has changed of like not even theory anymore. The fact is we are stuck between the struggle of three suns' gravity, which means we are just flying out there chaotically, which means there's just chaos all over the place. It breaks everything that science knows, and it delves into this. It goes into a way deeper thing of aliens getting ready to conquer Earth, but they can't because, well, they're too far away. It's gonna take them 400 years to get to Earth. And what is it like? If they do arrive to Earth, they will get obliterated by Earth in 400 years. Earth was too powerful.
Wait, you're I think this is a spoiler.
I'm spoiling my fault. Whatever. Okay, that's episode 5. Wait to get episode 5. Y'all find out about that. But
yeah, it's if you like aliens, you like AI stuff, you like particle accelerators. Like, we're big fans of CERN.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't know what the fuck CERN be doing, but you gotta be curious about like what all the smartest scientists in the world is doing, right? Like, as a human being, you should be curious about that.
What are they doing with their lives?
Yeah. So like whatever CERN is doing, we should pay attention, because they're doing stuff that's like beyond like our grasp of this reality. They're on a whole nother level.
We live in
should pay attention.
3D world. They live in a 3D world, and they're studying like every dimension.
Yeah, they're playing, I don't know, 69D chess.
Right.
Without a board.
No pieces.
All right.
But yeah.
3 Body Problem. Check that out, guys. Really good show.
Please check it out. All right, so let's get on to the Cinder Lady. All right. So Cinder Lady. For anybody, has anyone ever? I've always heard of spontaneous combustion and how the human body just bursts into flames. And I do remember hearing one story when I was a child, way back when, that a woman got burst into flames. And coming to find out, just like last week or the other day, whenever it was, when I was looking this up,
excuse me,
I realized like I came across more stories of people that had burst into flames randomly, just bodies heated up and then just spontaneously combusted. And the first case they have is actually of this lady named Mary Reeser. It was like on the day of July 1st, like 1951. She had her body was discovered July 2nd, 1951, and it was discovered by her neighbor. Her neighbor, was going to her apartment to deliver a telegram, and she touched the doorknob and she realized the doorknob's kind of warm, like unnaturally warm. It's hot to the touch. So she wound up calling the cops. Cops showed up, bust open the door, went in there, found just a pile of ashes, ashes in the chair. And the leg on the ground, and then the ashes in the leg belonged to Mary Reeser.
Was that the picture that you sent?
Yes, Mary Reeser. Yeah,
I got it. Let me just show you guys what it's talking about, because this is a real event that happened.
Yes, lady just burst into flames.
What year did you say this was again?
So this is July 2nd, 1951. This is where when the cops came in the apartment, and this is what they found. They found her chair that she was sitting in was burnt all to hell, and her body was nothing but ashes. But her leg was still on the ground, and I think they found parts of her spinal cord, and they found her skull too as well, which they said her skull had actually shrunken down to the size of a teacup because the heat was so intense. Yeah, it caused the skull to shrink down. They found some rib cages, a spine, and like I said, the only thing they really found that was still almost fully intact was just her I think it was a left leg or something. But outside of the spot where her chair was at, and outside of anything in that area, the chair got burned. I think the floor underneath the chair got burned, because it was on cement. So cement got burned, and the ceiling got burned too as well. But it never left that area. There's a candle nearby that melted. It said a little bit of the wall got burnt down. But it said for the most part, the fire never spread out that corner of where she was just burning at, and that's what was baffling people. Because, and the thing is too though is they were saying that the temperature that the body was burning at was at 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit or something. And they're saying that's the temperature that you would have to put it on to cremate a human body. But that takes several hours for the body to burn like that.
So basically, this is impossible. like
Yes,
naturally,
this is
like
like
to even happen, right? Because how would she, or even if it's like if somebody tried to burn her like with the stove or whatever, it couldn't get that hot for her body to basically like cremate, like how it looked like in that photo.
yeah, it made no sense like how anything was. Now there is a story where her son was there the day before of like the like July 1st of that evening. Her son was about to leave, and the son was like, "Hey, mom, I'm about to leave. Do you need anything?" She's like, "No, I'm good. And I got my cigarettes. I'm gonna just take some sleeping pills, smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna head off to bed." And so when the FBI heard about this story from the son, they kind of broke it down to like, okay, well, the story is, and what we base off of the information we have is that she took sleeping pills, smoked a cigarette, fell asleep with a cigarette in her hand, and she burned herself alive. It happens. These things happen, and
Well, that doesn't
so
explain like the temperature, right?
get the temperature, or in fact, why the fire didn't spread, or even crazier, there was no neighbors nearby because there was neighbors that they interviewed, and some of the neighbors were saying like, yeah, like we walked through this place and you can smell people cooking everywhere. You easily smell it because it was like a small apartment, 1951, Florida, small apartment, ain't a lot of space, and there's like you can smell people cooking from everywhere, but if she was burning for several hours like they're saying, how come nobody was smelling no body burning, no nothing, but everything was fine. The only thing that was the first time it was noticed that something was wrong was when the neighbors showed up to grab the doorknob. That was the first notice, like, oh, it's hot in there, but nobody didn't feel no heat, nobody didn't smell any heat, like from burning, and that's why some of the neighbors like, man, we smell people cooking meat all the time, but we would smell the human body, but we didn't smell it that night or anything. So
Was this like the first case of a spontaneous combustion?
this is the first one I've saw, like as far as like modern times is like as far as like people bursting in flames. Now they got like a bunch of stories throughout. Like the last case they had was in 2010. Some dude burst in flames, but they notice it's always happening to older people. Because Mary Research, she was like with her late 50s, early 60s or something like that. But it's happened to people within their 50s and 60s. And not saying like it's like decrepit old, like in their 70s, 80s. That's not like twilight years, but it seems like a correlation where it's happening to people in these age ranges of bodies bursting in flames and
You think it's because like when they get older, they start producing like certain type of chemicals like within the body?
yeah, that's it. Because it says like a chemical reaction within the body that it's not an outside force causing it. It's happening within the body that ignites it and then just
Yeah, like a
burns
like
out.
a
And you can't put it out because it just burns. And they were saying like, well, what the cops are trying to draw to with as far as the death of Mary Reeser and her, their investigation, they were saying that okay, what happened was she had a cigarette, she accidentally set herself on fire. Her body went to a blaze, and then what kept the fire going and the reason why her body burned so hot is because there's this thing called a wick effect, which is basically like when your body burns so much, the fat of your body sticks to your clothes. It becomes like a wick, like a candle wick. So your body fat becomes a fuel for the flames when it's stuck to your clothes, and so it just makes it burn hotter and stronger. But that still doesn't explain why the fire didn't spread. So even if you want to say that's why the body temperature increased to that level, well, why didn't the whole building burn down? It just
right. It seemed like it was contained.
Right. I'm thinking like, yo, was she in like in a simulation in another reality, and then the plug fell out the wall, and she,
Shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like
It seemed like she was like isolated in like a box, and then they like burn her.
just burned her out, literally, like just straight up. And then also too, what I came across was that the other people that they were finding who had gone through like spontaneous combustion, they all their legs, they always had like from their knees down, still had the skin intact to their legs, like the skin, kind of like how Mary Reeser was with her leg. We're still like, okay, you can still see the foot, you can see the flesh, you can see all that, but the rest of the body is like completely obliterated. That's what they've been finding too. Is like the legs are never harmed in these fires. It's always like from the knees down, they always stay intact. It's just the knees up that gets destroyed.
It's like fatality, like with Scorpion.
Scorpion shit.
Yeah, it's like oh.
And so like there was this guy, what's his name? I forget what's his name. I got his name. He was this guy. He was the oh yes, his name's Dr. Wilton M. Krogman. He's a physical anthropologist from the University of Pennsylvania, and he was a consultant on a Mary Reeser case. He said that like that what happened to her body didn't make any sense he's saying like if her body got that hot and it got incinerated and everything, he was saying like the way that if the fire was that powerful, her skull wouldn't have shrunk. Her skull actually would have exploded because of the intensity of the heat. He says for it to shrink, it was doing the opposite of what the nature of fire would have done to her body. And so he said that didn't make sense. And also he said that he said like it was so strange like the way the body burned. And this is like a guy who deals with like, you know, this dude knows his shit when it comes to as far as like how the human body reacts to like just the destruction of it. And then he talks about in the case of with her Mary Reese's body with the fire that like he said like if we were living in middle ages right now, he says I would think a witch did this. He said I would think a witch had actually burned her body with black magic if this were the Middle Ages, because it makes no sense. It defies all the logic of how fire is supposed to burn a human body. And this is coming from a dude that knows his shit as far as being, you know, as a doctor. And
I think like even like in today times, I don't think they actually like figured it out, like what actually causes spontaneous combustion, or even if it's actually a real thing, you know, because there's still like an argument. They're saying, hey, is it real? Is it not real? It's like we don't know. We don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, the thing I was reading. Huh?
Shell Shock, what's good?
What's up, yo? Yeah, the thing I noticed with these stories is that with these damn, I forgot I was about to go with this.
Thank you, Shell Shock.
Thank you, Shell Shock. Throwing me off.
Came in like a train, like a Diddy train.
Right? He didn't. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. Never mind. I'll let you go. Damn, I forgot that quick.
Damn, Shell Shock. See what you did? Well, yeah, spontaneous combustion. Like, there was actually, like, a show, like, on Coast to Coast where they actually had a breakdown of spontaneous combustion. And then, they're saying, like, people, like, I guess the elderly, right? They produce, like, a higher level of sulfur. I think that's what they said.
Like methane. Because they fart a lot. When you get older, you fart more. So maybe because maybe she farted and Mary had that cigarette. Like,
that makes me like wonder, like, it's like holding your fart, is that like a bad thing, or
oh, that's
you should
horrible.
just let it ride out?
Yes. Oh, I got a story. My grandmother, long time ago, back before I might even been born, she had to go to the hospital one time because she didn't want to fart. My grandmother.
Oh, you told me that.
Yes, and she went to the doctor. It was hurting and cramping and everything. She was actually damn near killing herself. And the doctor was like, look, we're not going to let you leave until you fart, because if you don't let this out, you're going to die. And so they wouldn't let her leave the hospital until she farted. And she did. And I guess she didn't want to fart around like my granddad or something. I don't know. But it's like, you got to let it out, man. Like,
yeah,
it stinks, but out then in.
I had to like fart like really bad the other day, where I had to go in the restroom and fart. And then I had to turn the fan on. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just turn this fan on, you know, because it was like, if you went through it, never mind.
You know, I realized if you drink enough apple juice, it becomes like a laxative, because there's so much fiber like in apples. Like I was on an apple juice binge like last week. I fucking love apple juice.
Damn,
I'm like an 8-year-old.
Old people drink.
And 8-year-olds.
And babies.
And babies. I love apple juice. But I had a crap ton of apple juice. This was like last week or whatever it was. I was at work like, I was like, oh my God. Every like 10 minutes, I had to go to the bathroom.
Jeez.
Then I looked up, was like, because apples are so filled with fiber, if you drink too much apple juice, it can become an actual like natural laxative. And you just be like,
that's better than a laxative, right?
Yeah. It might be. I wonder if it's even healthier. Yes, Bob says, apples make you poop a lot. So, yeah, but yes, if you ever got constipated.
Can't fart nowadays is dangerous. Yeah, because she probably shit on herself. That's what you mean by dangerous. Like, boop, 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 boop. Like the whole shit, the whole package came out. Like, goddamn. Amazon Prime, you know? A 1-hour delivery. That shit, boom. On the ground. Yeah. Like you can hear it hit the cement.
Like a brick.
Yeah, like, goddamn, what's that noise? That's nasty. What else we got?
Yeah, so I was gonna say, okay, so that's the Mary Reeser situation. Her story's not too much, not a lot going on to her, but there was other cases that happened, like in Margaret Hogan at the age of 89 years old. She was a widow, and she actually lived in Dublin, Ireland. Her body was actually found on 28th of March 1970. Well, her body, they said like her body was almost to the point of complete destruction.
Jesus.
Of spontaneous combustion. And I remember I was about to say before now, they're starting to say more and more now, at least coroners are starting to say more. They're starting to use the term spontaneous combustion now. Scientists basically is the one. Scientists are the ones basically pushing against it, saying like, no, spontaneous combustion is not a real thing. There is a cause and effect to this, and just the body just heating up naturally ain't the case, or whatever. But coroners are now saying, the people that deal with the bodies and they got the expertise on what somebody died or whatever. The coroners are saying they're starting to use the term spontaneous combustion more, and
because it is spontaneous, right? It just happens.
And the reason why the coroners are saying this is because it was like, well, they're not burning from like electrical fire or anything. It's just
or
like
a Samsung battery.
It's like thermal energy building up or something. You know what I'm saying?
Like a nuclear reactor. It's happening within the body.
Yes, the coroners are saying like it's not an outside force burning them. It's from inside. So what else could it be? But science is dragging their feet on this. I'm with the coroners. What?
Yeah, scientists clock out. Clock out, scientists. You make me sick. Beep beep.
It's a Margaret Hogan.
You want to make them mad to say, hey, figure out 3-body problem.
Y'all, right?
Figure it out.
Science is broken.
Yeah.
The shit's broke.
Throw that shit in the trash, Einstein.
Oh my God, that would wreck everything. Just science is broken.
Get out of here. Scientists in chat, get out of here.
Scientists in chat. And so, like I said, we got the case of Margaret Hogan. She's 89 years old in Dublin, Ireland. She wasn't burning alive in her house, and
that's real. I believe it.
They said her body just completely was like gone, completely destroyed. This like plastic flower she had on her kitchen table burnt. They said the front of her TV screen melted, but they said the rest of the house was fine, and the only thing they found were her legs.
In that little contained spot, right? It's always like it's isolated.
Spot. Yes, and it may melt a couple things in the vicinity, but the whole structure and the foundation whole is primarily not damaged. It's like I said, like in a box.
Yeah, it's probably like there was actually like another case. I remember this, right? Where the dude, he felt like his leg like getting hot, and then he started like burning up, but then he was able to put it out. But he was wondering like what's happening, you know, like because the heat came from inside of him. So I think this was like a midway spontaneous combustion, like getting ready to go like full blown engulfed in flames. Like, and then they show like the 3rd-degree burns like on his leg and stuff, and it wasn't from no cigarette burn or nothing.
The hell?
So that was like midway, like something happening, and then he was like, I can't explain what was happening. It was like the fire came from inside of him.
Dude. Damn, the plug must have fell out the wall, and then whoever's doing the simulation, they plugged it back in real quick. And
yeah, there's like another video where I saw like these people in church. I don't know, maybe it might be staged, but like they're praying, right? They're like trying to pray the evil away from this kid, and then the kid you start looking in the church. It's like, what the hell? It looks like he was getting hot, and then he started catching on fire. And I was like, oh shit!
Get him out, man! Stop!
Get that demon out of that child.
Get out.
Shell Shock says, going Super Saiyan when you're not high enough level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a premature, like, level up.
You're feeling yourself too much. And then, okay, so I'm almost done with this. It says on, okay, so there was another case on November 24th, 1979, on the weekend of Thanksgiving. This chick named Beatrice Oski, a 51-year-old woman, was found charred to death in a home in a village in Illinois, and Bolingbrook, Illinois. Burnt to hell. There's a 73-year-old man that was also burnt to shit in 1980. And the last case was in 2010, the death of Michael Flaherty, 76-year-old man in County Galloway, Ireland. And that's when the coroner started recording as spontaneous combustion. That was the one that was kind of like.
And that's in 2010.
Yes, 2010. That was the last one I saw that was recorded as spontaneous combustion. And that was when, at least from what I was reading, it seems like that's when coroners started saying like, but we don't know. This shit's been going on since 1951. We don't know it's spontaneous combustion. it's okay not knowing science.
Right.
It's okay. Relax.
Yeah. Chill. Science. Like just because you can't figure out doesn't mean like there's like like something more strange is going on where the science can't back up whatever that's happening.
Right.
Because it's almost like science is like, let's say science is like in a square, right? And then if nothing falls within that square, they're like, oh no, it's paranormal. We cannot put this in like a realm of science. Like it's what they call it, pseudoscience now.
Pseudoscience, yeah. Right.
And this almost falls in that case. Like, oh, we can't really explain it. And sure, you can call it, sure, you can call it spontaneous combustion. But we can't measure it. So that's why, like, it's considered, like, I guess, paranormal or pseudoscience. Yeah. If you can't replicate it in a lab, it's... Yeah, like a ghost, right? A ghost come in and out of reality. How do you replicate that in a lab? You can't. So it's like, okay, it's paranormal. We don't know what it is.
All right. You gotta show evidence.
Yeah, until the day where they're like, all right, the reason why we're seeing these entities is because so and so and so and so. And we can replicate it in a lab. Boom. Ghost, your science.
Now you're science. Welcome.
Now you're science. Get back in that cage.
But spontaneous combustion, one of the things is like they don't want to. I wonder if they know something we don't know. Like, what do y'all know? Why y'all denying it so much? I mean, people just burst into flames. It's
weird. It is weird. How do you even explain that? It just happens, and it's not like it doesn't happen all the time. This shit is rare. It is rare. Super rare. It's rarer than the Charizard holographic.
Right.
It's rarer than that.
And Bulbasaur.
I missed my card, man. I was thinking about my Charizard card the other day, and it's like almost mint condition over 25 years.
Oh my!
It was in the rock solid case over 25 years.
Oh, the little Oh,
yeah. As soon as I got the card, I put it in a hard case, and it's gone now. Motherfucker stole it.
I remember when the Pokemon cards were like the currency in middle school. They were damn near like currency at one point. It was.
Yeah, I stole that shit from somebody. Not the Charizard. I got that for Christmas.
I guarantee you. I wish I would. They need to do a documentary on this, on like how millennials were at the time when, especially millennials of the age range to like Pokemon. They should do a documentary of it and look at like how many times kids were stealing at that time. I used to steal cards out the teacher's desk. The teacher would take it from other kids. I was like, I'm going to the source.
Damn.
I'm getting all of it.
And you do the dirty work, and I'll just collect.
Do it. Boom, 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 boom. But everybody was stealing Pokemon cards, man. Stealing from friends, loved ones. It's chaos,
family.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Family. Everybody was doing each other dirty for that. Just to get a holographic.
Dirty ass.
I was trying to get all the EVs, man.
There was what, like 3 of them?
Yeah, it was Jolteon.
Ninetales or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that it for that topic? All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about all the April 8th eclipse, all the theories, and what's going to happen, and are we going to make it?
No.
Be right back.
All right.
And we're back for the next topic of the night. All right, so next week or the week after next week? Well, April 8th will be the next total eclipse that's going to be happening. I think it's on a Monday that's going to happen. And, the next solar eclipse, the next big one, is going to be in 2044. So you don't want to miss this one, guys. I think you're on mute. Wait, I think you're mute.
My bad.
Oh, there he is. There he is. All right, welcome back.
Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm saying that. I was like, let's try to catch this one now because this might be the last one for us. There might not be another one.
Maybe. Shell Shock says he's in the path of totality. Oh, that's right. He's out in Texas, and Texas, I guess they're getting like the legit. I'm in the dark right now. So like they said it's gonna be, I think the longest. I think maybe like when you're in, I guess in the middle. It says it's gonna last like 4 minutes. So I think Texas might be getting a 4-minute show.
Okay. So
where it's like daylight, and then boom, I'm in the dark, and the animals, they're confused. Damn, Bob says 8 minutes. Okay, that's a long time to be in the dark.
Right. Actually, the one we had in Georgia, 2017.
Yeah,
was
August
about 10
21st.
minutes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it was about 10 minutes or some shit.
That was 10 minutes?
Maybe longer. I don't know. I don't know. I felt like it was 10 minutes.
Yeah, and the weird thing about like this eclipse, like I've never thought like any eclipse is like weird like that, but the one that makes this one weird is like the social media and the news like saying how, hey, you should prepare for this. You should have like, a week worth of water and food just in case maybe the grid might go out. They don't know what's gonna happen.
Right. They should definitely do some disclaimers like, hey, people, eclipse is coming. Let's kind of get our supplies. Let's get our affairs in order in case this shit shuts down or whatever.
Right. And then they have like schools like closing down for that day because they don't want to deal with it. Because I mean, during the eclipse, it brings a lot of people from other states like going into the states that's in the zone of the totality. So of course it's gonna cause like kind of like it's gonna be a bit chaotic. It's gonna be more people in places that doesn't have a lot of people. Right. So they're saying like that's one thing that might cause like some chaos, a bit of chaos.
Yeah.
And I mean, who knows? Like even NASA was saying, hey, take a picture of these animals, see how they act, see how they behave, because they're gonna be confused too, because nobody gave them the memo. Yeah. Like, hey, animals, it's gonna be dark like around 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon, but the sun is gonna come back, so don't freak out.
Right. It's like in Three Problems, they were talking about how like certain species beneath, like not beneath humans, but not on a level as far as intellectual as humans, as far as understanding anything outside of space. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it like how we don't understand a lot about the universe as a whole, and it's like so mysterious and it's horrifying. At the same time, for animals, like they don't know anything outside this damn. Sometimes they don't know anything outside their own environment.
Right.
Fuck a whole other side of the planet. Mm-hmm. Animals don't know anything outside their own environment. So when they see the sun, like I remember we had an eclipse in Georgia, so solar eclipse in Georgia one day, and I saw bees walking on the ground. Like got too cold. And I don't know if they was dying or whatever, but because in their brain, the bees like, oh, okay, we know what time to go inside because that's the schedule that we usually go inside. But when the solar eclipse happened, it threw them off, and they were kind of like, I don't know, they was freezing to death because the temperature did drop like 10 degrees, but it throws them off to a way they're like, it kills some things sometimes. Maybe like on not so much like a horse or anything, they'll be fine, but as far as like maybe smaller like insects or whatever that need to be indoors probably at night. And doing weather or seasonal changes and stuff like that, it kind of throws them off a little bit.
Yeah, that would throw them off. Like if you think like, because bees, like they have an important job to pollinate all these plants and stuff. Yeah. Like let's say like when this eclipse happened, right? They get even more confused and like, you know what? We don't believe in nothing no more, and then they stop pollinating.
Oh, just they quit
because their religion broke. Like their science broke too.
Bee science.
Yeah, bee science. Like, wait a minute. The hell's going on? Why is it so dark? The reality breaks, and they're like, I'm not gonna work no more. I'm not a worker bee no more.
Oh, they might be like, oh shit, it's getting dark. The world's ending. We're going to stop working. Our shift is over.
Damn, and they don't even live that long.
They don't. It's sad.
Shell Shock says, I'm more worried about the solar flare than an eclipse.
Man, solar flares are horrifying, man.
Solar flares is more damage. You could do damage,
Send us back to the Stone Age.
Right, it could take the whole power grid out, like, and then you see like a diagram of like the lights in the U.S. and half of it goes out instantly.
I wonder if there's even any type of warning system if we get a solar flare coming our way. I think that might be, but I think by the time we find out, I was like, yeah, we got 15 minutes to prepare. I'm not sure how fast solar flares could be detected, but
they're only gonna email rich people.
Like,
get into your bunkers. Beep, beep. Don't tell nobody.
Did you ever see that movie with what's his name? Gerard Butler? He played in the movie 300.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of the movie, but it's about him, his wife, which I think they're going through divorce, whatever, and their son. He's out one day, regular day. He's an architect, helps build buildings and shit. He gets a text one day saying like, beep 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 beep, hey, Mr. So and so, you got a text. you need to go to these coordinates or whatever. You've been selected for the new program.
Yeah.
And then next day on the news is like, asteroids coming to Earth. He's like, oh shit. And
yeah, but they got the heads up.
But they got the heads up. Everybody's got to die. Everybody's dying. Like,
damn. For sure, I'm not getting a heads up.
No, man. I've accepted my fate.
Fuck that dude.
Don't let me find out you got a heads up. Don't let me find out.
Copy. I'm not gonna tell nobody.
Because in that movie too, how they was find out people that got heads up, people had bracelets. Like they went to text, and then if you saw some people that had a bracelet on, that means they got selected for a program. The word started spreading throughout the whole. Everybody who wasn't a part of the program, word started spreading. So they was finding people like, "Hey man, where'd you get that bracelet from? What's that?" People saw the word started spreading. Like, if you got a bracelet, you getting I'm gonna survive this shit.
That's so obvious, right?
Yeah,
it's like the Jewish star.
Yes. Just if you get there, just show your text. Shit.
Right, a QR code. Yeah.
Right.
Bob says it probably takes a few days to get here. Yeah, like when that solar flare does happen, like of course, like NASA and whatever big, strong, whoever looking in the sky, they know that shit's coming.
Astronomers and shit.
Whoever got a big ass telescope, they know when a solar flare is happening. Like it's on radar. Like okay, you guys better prepare it.
But
we're gonna be like another episode of The Simpsons where everything like EMP attack where a solar flare happens, and like all technology gets zapped
and everything.
Yeah, then shit, we gotta go back to the old days. Everything is all manual now.
Yeah, right. Hey, it might do us some good. Maybe we need it. Slow down.
It might be, but I don't know, man. I'll probably die off with the rest of them.
I remember on I can't really. I was gonna say on three. I was gonna call it 3 planets on 3 problems. I was about to say it was like not to go too deep in spoilers, but there was a part of the series where he talked about the advancements of humans. It was like, okay, well, humans start off as hunter gatherers, and then they jumped to industrial age, and then it became like the atomic age, and now it's like AI, and it's like the window of like our shit is like getting shorter because we're learning faster as a society.
Right.
So, I mean, even though because I was saying with a few days, because I seen what Bob said, like within a few days before it gets here, I was like, man, most of us won't even be a few days. That'd be chaotic. We move fast as a society as a whole, but as far as technologically advanced, and even if it feels like we hit a wall, which I do feel like we are. There's times I do feel like they implement stuff in society we don't realize that we like engineers have built and stuff until way later. But as far as like being prepared, like as a society, to be ready for like a damn solar flare and within a few days, man, it'd be chaos, man.
Shit, I think like AI might be like the last great thing that the humans built before we self-destruct. It might be AI.
I've heard that stuff before too, saying like, while humans probably don't have like a lot more time left on this planet, AI will be like it won't. AI will be AI. E-I-E-I-O.
Damn. Okay.
So AI would be humanity's like legacy going forward. Like that will be the new species to run Earth, because they said like everybody goes extinct at some point. Like dinosaurs, humans will get extinct at one point, and eventually something has to continue after humans. And then some of the stuff I was reading before was saying like the legacy going forward with humans will be AI. It'll be that's when we'll probably hit like this advancement level of dimensional travel and
right, because we're gonna ask, yeah, like if humans have problems, we're gonna ask AI, hey, how could we make this better? Mm-hmm. Like, how can we make it 10,000 times better? You can almost control like the whole society with artificial intelligence because they're calculating numbers like so fast. Like, they could predict like the future basically. Mm-hmm. Bob says, but there are so many non-believers that are probably the ones fucking shit up. He says, just start burning shit for no reason, then the city would become a wasteland. Yeah, it's gonna be like a whole like Fallout, dude.
People are gonna panic and be like, "I'm burning shit down." It's like, maybe we might need to work together on this. I know we scared. It's easy to be scared and angry, but
you love thy neighbors.
Right. Don't burn no shit down.
All right, another, I don't know if it's a theory or if this is true. You guys can go look it up for yourself. But they said the Devil's Comet is going to be flying by the sun during the solar eclipse. I don't know how true that is, but there's a comet that's coming by.
No, I remember hearing the Devil's Comet before. I didn't know if... Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah, and then another one, they said NASA will fire 3 rockets into the moon shadows during solar eclipse.
Bob says it's true with the Devil's Comet. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, so like the other weird thing is like NASA firing 3 rockets into like the shadow of the moon. That's weird, right? Why are they doing that? If that's true, I don't know how true that is.
I was hoping you had an answer. I was about to ask you like how. I was hoping you had an answer.
Yeah, how or why? And then another one I came across today. They said CERN, they're gonna start up their particle accelerator during the solar eclipse to search for invisible matter that secretly powers our universe. So they're gonna be firing up the particle accelerator during the solar eclipse to see if they can learn anything new with our universe. That's crazy, right? Now they don't just fire this huge hadron collider for no reason.
Man, no.
Because the last time like they built it like since when, like 70s 80s, like it's a big ass long project, and then they turned it on for the first time as like 2008 2009, like one of those years. So this is like a big deal, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna turn it on again, but we're gonna do it during the solar eclipse that's gonna happen April 8th.
Powered up, folks.
Yeah. Bob says, now that I don't believe with the rockets. Shell Shock says, I don't believe the rockets. Wouldn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So I don't know if it was like a fake article that they're just trying to cause panic with, people that's on social media. So you know how the internet is, Or
maybe throw people off on, hey guys, look at this. Don't worry about the particle accelerator we're about to spark up. Look at these rockets. We're going to just fucking dump into space. Because that's all. I mean, I don't know that. Into a shadow of the moon, like the dark side of the moon, like the...
Yeah.
Are they trying to wake something up? I mean, it was smash into it or something.
Decepticons? I don't know, man.
Autobots.
The Autobots.
Man. I don't know. It's funky, though. We got to keep up with this story, though. I'm guarantee we'll come back around and talk about this when April 8th come around. Is that next weekend?
Yeah. I mean, like... every time they talk about, the end of the world this, end of the world that it never phases me. Like I don't get goosebumps or nothing. Like you can say like whatever about these eclipses. Oh, this is gonna happen. Like I never one time thought, hey, I better go to somewhere and get my supplies up.
I mean, for me, for one, even if something did happen to wipe out this planet and almost everybody on it, what can we do about it? I mean, like we can't leave. Shit. And the other side of it too is like, I mean, humans been saying this world gonna end since we goddamn got here. Like every generation says the world is gonna end. Every generation, and I get it. This world got some shitty moments.
Oh, boom! And then it ends right now.
The screen just goes black. Stand by.
Every generation think the world's gonna boom. Bob says, I meant to go to Costco to stock up. Costco, they sell like ration kits. What do you call them? Like yeah, they sell like those
doomsday
food
kits.
Doomsday food. Yeah.
Yo, right here where I stay at, St. George. I went, like, when I first got here, I was just walking around the main street, and I went to the store, and I saw that they had these white buckets for, like almost like MRE foods, like military's, meals ready to eat type meals.
Mm-hmm.
You hook it up on the spot, in the wilderness, no matter what. And when I looked at it, I was like, I asked the dude, I was like, these are like MREs. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, they are big out here in St. George. Because there's so many doomsday preppers. And I was like, this is a religious area. They probably all ready for some rapture or something.
Yeah, I bet like the rich people, they got underground bunkers like in your area. Like this shit is popping out there. Yeah,
it's huge out here.
Astronaut food. Yeah, emergency
astronaut food, like dry
bucket.
food.
Yep.
Crazy, man. All ready for something. I'm like, even if it does happen, do you really want to survive? Like, I have to tell some people in my life this too, who are like a horrified, like, well, if the apocalypse happens, I want to survive and help rebuild the world. I'm like, do you really want to be around for when this shit happens? And do you want to be the people that has to come out the little hatch, like, come out and it's like everything's just wasted and there's like mutants everywhere.
This is my time, you know. I get to sign a new Declaration of Independence.
Right, it's like Fallout type shit, man. Yeah. Like, who wants to be around for that? Like, no, send me to the next level. Like, I'm not saying I'll just like pop myself when it's coming, but do I really want to be around for the next thing, the next phase of this planet? I'm good.
We would be broken, like as humanity. Like we would never even catch up back to our technology that we have now.
Ever.
Because nobody knows how to build that shit, you know? It's like a mine for everything. Like, we can't build this unless this company builds that. But if that company's out, we don't know how to build that other part. Guess what? Get your YouTube sticks and stones ready, you know? Because we're hunting with nature now.
And no YouTube either. Like me, I graduate from YouTube University sometimes. A lot of shit I learn from off of YouTube, especially when it comes to like trying to do car shit and household shit. And so it's like, I feel like every time I go on YouTube, look up something, how to like fix something in my car, I feel like I'm like Neo going to the Matrix, like
plug in.
I know Kung Fu. Like, I'm getting downloaded, like literally on the spot. Like, okay, that's how I'll fix it. Let me do it. If that shit goes, I'm fucking useless, man. I might be useless.
Yeah, I use that for a lot of shit. It makes you become like a jack of all trades.
Right, and then you dump the information when you're done.
Yeah, then you forget. Like, I forgot how to do this.
Or you save it to a folder on YouTube. Like, I might need this again.
Right, that's why we need like a physical version of all that stuff. How to do all this, you know.
Right up.
Shellshock says, buying extra contacts for my third eye and ascending.
Bob says, back to hunters and gatherers. Man, back to zero.
That's going to be crazy, man.
It's definitely going to humble us if we come out of it. If we come out on top again, it's definitely going to humble humanity. It's going to change the whole game.
Yeah, shit. It's going to be fun, dude. Like, instead of like calling your friend and shit, you got to walk there.
Send a pigeon. Because you gotta think about with the right technology has changed the game for a lot of things. Technology caused people to start moving further away from their communities too, start exploring the world more because information travels this fast. Back when it was like sending pigeons and shit and letters and all this other stuff, back in like 18 something, everybody stayed close knit to each other. Like, hey, Billy Bob down the street, I'm gonna just go there because we ain't never left this town in fucking 100 years.
Takes you like 3 hours to walk there.
Yeah, but and that was like far for them back then. And now it's like you can move like how you and I even doing this podcast. Like I'm 2,000 or 3,000 miles away. We're doing this and still communicating.
This is crazy.
Technology go out, communication is gonna be shut off. Like I won't be able to know what happened to my family or you or anything if apocalypse happened until I get to Georgia, or I'll just never know. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I might never know because it might be too dangerous for me to drive back to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I mean.
Yeah, it's just gonna be wild, dude.
It's gonna be crazy.
But it's not like anything is gonna happen on this solar eclipse. I think if anything does happen, it's gonna be when we're long gone.
Oh yeah, I think.
Fingers crossed.
This ain't we're going through like this ain't Earth is going through like a peaceful phase right now, and so like that's why a lot of scientists be on the lookout for like the inevitable extinction event that might come and.
Yeah, I don't think our society is like it's built for this type of chaos, even though like a lot of people like they secretly want a lot of bad shit to happen, you know, because God knows what, like they're like, all right, let's bring it on, bring in the apocalypse, I'm ready. They're not ready, nobody's ready, and I think our society, like the new generation growing up, they're not ready for that. Like
old new, ain't nobody ready for this.
Yeah, they don't even know like basic common sense stuff, so it's scary. It's like, all right, that generation's gonna get like wiped out pretty fast, dude.
But you know what? I did realize something the other day too, and I thought about this because of the Three Problem Show, because it's like the Three Problem Show and the miniseries Roots. Like if anybody's ever seen Roots, it's about slavery. The main character at first is Kunta Kinte. When I was a kid, I used to break my heart when Kunta Kinte died, and then the story transitioned over to his daughter being the main character, and it became this whole new cast and stuff. And I didn't really like that when I was a kid, but then as I got older, and especially when I was watching that show, the three problem shit broke my brain last night to a level where I was like, you know what? Humanity is not a race; it's a marathon. It's not an individual movement; it's a movement as a people, and so. We all play a part in this story, but we play a part as a collective, as a big ass way. The collective groups are the main characters, not the individuals in the group per se. The individual groups, within these groups, are the ones that help push the collective into a direction that is going to go into. But by and large, it's more about the main characters of like these groups of people that live on this planet, and this is how we all have to work together. It's like the real world, but on a fucking planetary scale, and beefs and stuff are just torn apart. And like Bob says, like, we are divided. That's the thing, though, that it's
I think that's always going to be a thing, though.
And yes, because nobody wants to give up any leverage that they have. This is Bob said, scientists works together. Yeah.
Science, well, like in certain projects, but like if you ever heard Bob Lazar talk about like how scientists they were working on the spaceships and stuff, like everything that they work on was like an isolated like a section that they had to work on like with the spaceship, and then the scientists they weren't allowed to tell their findings and stuff. Like they weren't allowed to like, hey, I found this about this side of the spaceship. Like, what did you find? He said that the scientists weren't allowed to even talk about their findings. But, you know, that's like in an extreme case of if you're working on something super top secret, you wouldn't want one person to know everything, right?
Right, no.
So, like, sure, scientists, they're supposed to work together. That's the whole idea of, like, science. So it's like, hey, you found something out. You know, you're supposed to let your colleagues know about it.
Yeah, because science is supposed to take out all the biases. It's supposed to be, like, fact. Biases, tribalism, all this stuff. Like Shell Shock says, tribalism. It's supposed to remove all this stuff and just focus on what the reality is of how this shit functions.
Right.
And
you guys got to figure it out together.
Affected by it.
Yeah.
We're all going to be affected by it, so.
Because we're all humans, right? And then, but like the crazy thing with Earth is like we're all humans, but we're all going against, we're hiding shit from each other.
Yeah. We're not working.
As far as like technology, yeah.
We're lying, huh?
Yeah.
That's how this shit got flipped on his head. And
like, yeah, we went to the moon. Russia, you saw that shit?
It's like, that's funny. You believe in the moon?
Look at him hopping around. Like, yeah, that's us. Yeah, it's like that. Like, hey, like, let's show how fucking smart you are, right? Let's show, like, hey, we got the technology to get to the moon and back. What you got, Russia? Russia's like, oh shit, damn, like, they're that smart. They can get to the moon and back. Like, fuck it. They're like, hey, take a step back.
Hey, get off my shoes. Bob says, knowledge is power. Straight up, man. The more you know, man. I don't want to sound like no NBC PSA type of star, but the more you know is real shit, man. Because they want people to be dumb as shit, as dumb as possible. As dumb as if they can make us even dumber than this, they would. But I think we're slowly.
I think they think
even though it seems
dumb.
like even though it always seems like that humans don't stand a chance of surviving this shit. I think we do. It's just within our time period of how long humans survive within this small window of Earth's history, it does feel like every day is a damn doomsday. But like I said, it's not a race. It's a marathon for the human race. It takes time for this shit to happen. It takes generations. And that's what I had to learn from like the TV show Roots. When Kunta Kinte died, I was like, he ain't the main character. It's the story that's the main character. It's the story of the event. That's the main character, not Kunta Kinte. And that's why I feel like even with the show Three Problems, it's not, these characters aren't like, it's bigger than them. This shit, what they're expecting is, so much stuff is like, the bigger things are yet to come. That's going to advance us forward and become better. We are kind of basically still in the beginning phases of being the humanity that we need to be. And it just sucks that we have to be a part of this, the growth of it. Or it should be a blessing, because, I mean, if you're on the right side of the good fight and everything, you know, you're doing the right thing, trying to be a good person, and you're trying to push the right things forward, then, you know, you're building a legacy going forward as a human. I know I'm getting too deep, but I'm just saying, like, as far as a unit, as a human functioning society, it's bigger than just, it's not a race, it's a marathon. So while like times where I get kind of upset about, man, like fuck, it's always gonna be like this. Even today I die. Like you can see some things like it's always gonna be like this. It's never gonna change. But you have to think about like, well, it's more than just me though going forward. This is the story of a collective, and I want to be on the side of good when we finally reach the end of this shit. If it gets to a happy ending for us, and I don't know, that's just me.
I mean, the happy ending could be like here today, right now.
Could be today, man. Could be tomorrow.
All I know is that for you scientist people, I hope nobody ever invents nanofibers. That's a nightmare.
Hell no. And I think they did already, because they messing with like
I
nano
feel
shit
like
already.
they have done that, and seeing it on that show, scary. Spoiler alert! It's scary.
It's horrifying. It is. This is the scariest show I've seen in a minute. I was like, this shit is. What can you do? You can't stop this. Is it us everyday people? We can't shoot it. We can't blow it up.
What's happening? Spoiler.
What the fuck is that? Like,
All right, I gotta take a leak. When we come back, I got another story about demon face syndrome. All right, and we're back. All right, the next topic for the night. All right, so are you suffering from seeing demons?
nah, not lately.
Oh well, there's actually like a case study about people that see demon face. And what's crazy about it is like the news is talking about this. They're saying, hey, there's like, all right, like now there's like people that's if you've been seeing a demon, there's actually a syndrome for that. Like they call it prosopotera metamorphosia, short, or you could just say PMO. So these are people. It's diagnosed as like a schizophrenia. So they're saying like people like in ages, like older ages, like the age of 59, some older people, right, they're walking in public and then they see like people faces changing into like a demon face, kind of like a reptilian looking like, right? So they're saying, hey, if you're seeing these in public, like you shouldn't panic because you actually have a demon face syndrome.
Shit, you got it.
So you know what I'm thinking they're doing? Because there's a whole lot of like cases like way before where people saying like, yeah, I saw this person and it looked like they were turning into like a demon or like a reptile or reptilian.
Yeah, I have heard stories like that where people's like, yeah, I was looking at my Meemaw, and then she just chilling there, and then her face, like she looked back at me, and it's like not quite her face. It looks like her, but not her type.
So they're saying like, if you're seeing this, you're suffering from this demon face syndrome. All right, so Victor, right, age 59, he experienced a dramatic shift in perception, seeing those around him as creatures from another realm. So he said like people around him started looking like they don't even belong here. Like they look like reptilians. And then the news, they actually showed a picture of like what you could possibly see if you suffer from this demon syndrome. I got the picture right here. This is like the diagram. They're like, all right, they can look like normal like this, but then they can actually look like this. You see? Are you seeing it?
Yeah, I see it. Why did they get Asian lady though? Come on now.
Right, a little Asian. Look at the ears, just like a reptilian.
That's like little elf ears. Yeah, like bat ears.
Yeah, so they were showing this like on the news. They're like, hey, if you're seeing like faces shift like this, like you just have a condition. It's not actually happening, So it's almost like what's the word? Like it's like they're like gaslighting people, like making them think like, okay, no, you're not actually seeing it, but you are actually seeing something shift. But like, no, you're suffering from a condition. It's like similar to like schizophrenia.
Yeah. Don't believe your eyes. Shawshank says racism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at the Asian lady, I'm like, yeah, why'd you have to pick her?
Yeah, it's crazy out because they're talking about it on the news, and they said like his condition is probably triggered by head injury and carbon monoxide exposure that persisted outside his home. That's affecting him to see like a lot of people that's near him like change into like a damn demon face. They're saying like he's suffering from an induced hallucination, like caused by like his conditions of being around carbon monoxide exposure and stuff like that.
It's like, oh, it's not you. It's not us. It's everything else you're breathing in. It's all in your head.
Yeah, you're not seeing a demon and then they're shifting to a demon.
Right.
And there's like 75 other cases like worldwide of people experiencing like, hey, I'm seeing people turn into like reptile demons. Like, what's happening? Is this really happening, or is it in my head? So I think more and more people around the world, they're starting to see these weird anomalies happen, like in public, where they can't explain because it doesn't. Nobody would believe you if you saw it anyway, right? So of course they went to the doctor, like, hey, I'm seeing this, and then I guess I don't know, shit's hitting the fan right now to where they have to cover it up. They're saying, hey, like, you guys are hallucinating now. You guys are having a weird demon syndrome condition. They like diagnose it, like, yeah, just make them,
Right.
yeah,
Even gave it a name.
yeah, give it a name. Like, don't say like it's actually happening.
No, you crazy. They can't say you crazy, but we're gonna give it a
Yeah,
name.
they can't say like, oh, it's actually happening. Like, no, put some science on it.
Let's put a little science spin on it.
Like, zew. Now it's all
methane.
known throughout the science community. Oh yeah, demon syndrome. You ain't seen
Hold up.
shit. Yeah. Like, your boss ain't no damn reptilian. Get out of here. You're suffering right now.
You just don't like him. So you just don't like your boss.
Right. Like, you know that dude David Icke? He's like the guy that talks about reptilians like the most.
You sound Ike's the last name Ike sounds familiar. I'm bad with names.
Yeah, like his known for all his like he's a British author, and he gained a lot of notoriety in his belief in like the reptilian humanoids as that he claims to be controlling like this whole world and stuff. He says like the reptilians are shape-shifting extraterrestrial entities that are part of a secret global elite that's manipulating like humanity for like whatever their own nefarious purpose. So this is what he got famous off of. And in one of his books I read a long time ago, he described his first time like in, I guess, like doing like an interview like on TV, right? He said he went backstage and he saw like one of the guys that was on the production. He saw him shifting into like a demon face or a reptilian right in front of his face, and he was like, "What the fuck just happened?" You know. So he started like tripping out and shit. And then he told this lady that was working with him, like the makeup lady, right? He's like, "Hey, I'm just gonna tell you this. Like, I saw one of the guys like backstage. He started shifting into like a reptilian or whatever. It looks like a lizard person." And then she paused and then she freaked out. She was like, "Holy shit! Like I've been holding this in for a long time." And then she told her story about what she saw. Yeah, and yeah, like since then, like there's a lot of stories that saying like like they're saying he's making all this stuff up, but then it's just a lot of chaos like behind his name. So
he said like a production dude like that, like his face shifted, like
yeah, like it shifted like in front of him, like behind the stage, like before he went on set, and he was like, "What the fuck just happened?" Yeah,
that production dude, he got too relaxed. Like, oh, it's my cigarette break.
Bro, damn. Yeah, like,
so shit, gotta change back. Oh wait,
right? Yeah. Rojam says, "I wonder if David Icke is a plant. He's pushing out so much wild information to just muddy water." Info just to muddy the water. It could be like that too, you know, like it could be just like, hey, we need somebody to go out there just to, well, like he'll know enough information but not enough to like actually, make it into like a real thing. They're just gonna think it's crazy and stuff like that, you know. But they're not gonna kill him, because if they kill him, then it'd be like, oh shit, and like maybe something, maybe he was on to something.
Yeah, you know, did that shit with what's his name with William Cooper with Behold a Pair of Horrors. They got his ass, and that just made the Behold.
Did they kill him?
Like, yeah, you never seen the video? Like William Cooper was out, like he got killed by the cops.
Oh, okay, I remember. Yeah.
Cops showed up, shot his ass up on the front lawn and all this other stuff. But they painted it as like, okay, well, he's like a wild conspiracy theorist, whatever. But it kind of put like Behold a Pair of Horse on the map. The book itself, that's like legendary conspiracy book, legendary, and it seemed like it was like the Streisand effect, where they were trying like, okay, let's cover this up. It just made it his book explode even more. Damn near made him to a martyr. So, So I mean, I don't know. Yeah. So I can see what David Icke is kind of like, yo, we gonna just let him rip, let him do his thing. We kill him, this might have the opposite effect that we want.
Like, there was like some interviews where I saw like David Icke talking. If you look at his face, he looks like one of them, dude. His face looked crazy as fuck. I was like, dude, are you like one of them? And you just, they probably like, they didn't want you on their crew no more. They kicked you out. Now you're mad. Like he looks like someone that's been kicked out of a club and now he's pissed off. I was like, I'm going to tell everybody.
I'm just telling everybody I planned.
Yeah, and there's like some interviews where if you look at his face, I was like, dude, you look fucking crazy. You look like a reptilian yourself. And you're just trying to rat them out.
You are.
That's like my theory. Like when I saw him, I was like, it does sound like he's like telling the truth, but it also sounds like you're a part of it.
He's a snitch.
Yeah.
Oh, you think he's a part of it still?
I don't think his. To be honest, I don't even know. What Rojan said?
The dub version says the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins says he had a shapeshifter shift in front of him on Joe Rogan Experience. He was supposed to come out with a book, but I don't think he ever came out.
What? I never heard about that. That's interesting.
Holy shit.
So did like one of like the guests on the Joe Rogan show? Wait, what? Bob remembers that? Bob don't even watch Joe Rogan.
If she knows, that means this is big.
Shit, if Bob knows, then this. How do we miss out on that? Because this is like our job.
Right? Damn.
Bob says, yeah, he talks about that. The dude singer. Wait, so somebody shifted into a reptilian on the Joe Rogan show?
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins is a dope band. Yeah, so Roger says Billy Corgan is his name. While on the show, he said at a bar, the guy pulled him outside and shifted. Like, hey, let me come talk to you. Probably drunk. Maybe the alien was drunk.
He was like, he pulled him out. He was like, hey, what are we talking about? Tread lightly. Don't say too much.
Bob says in front of him. Yeah. Oh,
that's crazy. You know what else is crazy? It was like a old story a long time ago. It's probably super fake, but they said like Justin Bieber shifted into a reptilian in the airport. And it was on video, and then all the video got scrapped and shit.
Yeah, I think I did hear something about that. I've heard reptilian stories about him, of him changing, but I didn't know where at though. But
there's a lot of reptilian talk lately, man.
What is going on here, man?
Like even if there was like an official photo, right, that looks like a real legit alien, you already know what the public is gonna say.
It ain't real.
Is AI generated?
Right.
And would be like, duh, nothing like that can exist.
Bro, says especially on the plane. They gotta travel. I always figured like reptilians be traveling through like underground tunnels. I mean, if they really want to.
Yeah, that's how they roll. Underground, where it's cool, nice, and damp. It's a little moist. Skin. Like, hey, can I travel under the ocean, under the sea? Like, sure, you better go ask Ariel Mermaid if you get permission to travel through the Atlantis Speedway.
Can I ride your back, Ariel?
Can I blow that back?
The fish back.
No Diddy.
No Diddy, no. No Diddy. Damn,
imagine. Never mind.
No, you about to say something crazy. No, but yeah, I didn't know about the Smashing. I've heard of Smashing Pumpkins, and they got some dope songs I've heard before, but I didn't know. I didn't hear about the lead singer. You go to a bar, and then you walking out, and then bar dude's like, you at a bar, you by yourself, and like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, I'm so yeah, I love your music. Da da da. Oh man, like I'm gonna have a cigarette. You wanna come with me? Yeah, sure. You outside drinking. Like what happens all the time? If you're a cigarette smoker, and then you go to a bar and you drink, and you have these deep conversations at the smoking area a lot. It's like common thing. You by the time you leave the smoking area at a bar and you're drunk, you done told your whole life. It happens all the time. It happens a lot. Like, hey, let's exchange numbers, man. You seem like you're a cool dude, and you never contact these people ever again. You just move on with your life.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened with this reptilian. You got two shit face. Let me show you. You want to see a sick trick? Shit's crazy, right?
You want to see something crazy?
Yeah.
It's like the Lucifer show, right? Where he shows his demon face for a little bit, and then they freak out, and then he goes back to normal.
Back, yeah. You see the reaction, yeah.
Could be just like that, dude. Because it's Hollywood. It's big time.
Big time.
If you're not in, you're out. And the only way you're in, shit, you gotta play that flute, whatever it is. Ask John Cena.
What?
Guess, if you see your celebrities in a skirt, like what Cat Williams say,
that means they're playing that skin flute.
That means they're playing some type of flute.
By skin flute, I mean penis. I mean penis.
Yeah, called it out, man. He knows. He knows all that shit. That's why they can't fuck with him. Like he was saying, like when he walks in the room, they put their head down because they know you can't fuck with Cat Williams because he never did all the fucked up shit they did. According to him.
Weird. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
What's the boss says? He went naked at the Oscars on stage.
Who, John Cena?
Yeah, he did. I saw a video about that recently. Like not like a whole full video or maybe a clip. He did something very weird recently. I didn't follow it because I'm not like I don't worry about John Cena like that. But I did see something about John Cena show up somewhere like acting out of character. Like they changed the program. Or, is he more desperate for more roles or like what? I think he's a great actor.
They got something over his head. That's why, and it's not just him that's affected. That's why he has to do these things now because. Yeah. Maybe before he signed on to whoever's like his headmaster, before he signed on, I don't think he believed like what he was getting into. Like maybe they say like, "Hey, we're gonna do all these magical rituals and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. Yeah. You gotta sacrifice." And then maybe he didn't believe it, And then he signed on, and he was like, "Oh shit!" And now they got something over his head now. To where he has to perform and do all these weird things.
Bob says they have to humiliate themselves.
Yeah, it's like a ritual. Like, all right, you gotta dress up like as a girl in public or whatever in a movie.
Road Jam, like shout out to Road Jam. I've been saying this for the longest. Batista is the best wrestling actor, hands down.
That's what I said too. Real recognize real. I was saying the same shit too.
The Rock may be the most explosive, most successful actor of all time. But I think John Cena's a better actor than him. I think he's funnier.
But Batista?
But Batista's like a better actor overall. I think Batista's like the best wrestling actor of all time. John Cena, I think, is more charismatic and a way better actor than The Rock, though, too. Like, he just got the show called Peacemaker. Yeah. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think John Cena is better than like The Rock at acting. But then I think as far as like playing like different roles, I think Batista he
like
knocks
the most
it out the park.
Versatile.
Because when I saw him on Guardian of Galaxy, right, I was like, okay, this guy got a lot of personality. And then when I saw him on, what's that shit? That serious role. Something 1471. What was it called? I forgot.
What are you talking about? The M. Night Shyamalan movie?
No. That sci-fi movie. God damn it. This shit escaped my brain.
I don't think I seen that one.
No, we all saw it.
1471?
No, it's so... Oh, my brain's about to explode. John Cena, he had like a role in the beginning, and then it was like a serious role. Fuck, what is it called?
I can't even think of it.
Chad, help me out. It was the big sci-fi movie. It's like a rebirth of it.
Transformers?
No. Batista. Remember in the beginning? Damn.
Okay.
Blade Runner.
Oh, he was great in that movie, man. He wasn't even in the movie that long.
Just the beginning of the movie.
That's the beginning.
Yeah,
of the movie.
I was like, damn, Batista fucking knows how to act, dude. That shit was serious. Because if you compare that to his Guardian of the Galaxy, it's two different characters, and that's how you can gauge like how good of an actor he is.
Yeah, because The Rock is on like as I know everybody's been on this Rock craze for like 20 plus years, but The Rock's hitting this kind of this weird point. It's like, okay, Rock, you're the Rock in everything now. So it's kind of like we need more of a personality because you play in anything, we're all gonna see you as Rock. Almost like he's too big sometimes. Where John Cena is like he's big, but you can kind of buy that he plays these certain characters. But Batista's like, this man is. He may have been born for acting. He might have just
I think he should have just did acting.
Yeah, he's good. Bob says, Oh, the zombie movie. She's
No,
not.
no, no.
No.
I know what you're talking about, but he is good in that one too.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Batista though. He's like the best wrestling actor to me of all time.
All right, that's all I got for that story with the demon face syndrome. Causes a man to see demons, so it's like I don't know. It could be like a gaslight situation where the media trying to make you think you're going crazy.
All the time. Every day, all day, every day. That's all they do is try to make you think the damn sky is falling. Every second of the day.
It's like, oh, you're seeing a demon? Oh, guess what? There's a syndrome for that.
You crazy fuck.
Yeah, so like I think like if the news is talking about it, maybe way more people are gonna be able to see these demons just walking around them, and they're like, "Oh, right, the news said I'm tripping out."
Yeah. Like, hey, Fox 5 News, we need you to run this story. We've been looking at the statistics, and more and more people are talking about demon heads, and they're popping up, and we need
and it's the old
we need
people
to control the
sees it.
narrative.
Right.
We got to control the narrative.
So if the old people, they watch the news, they see that, and then they actually see it in real life, they probably wouldn't freak out. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's normal. I'm suffering from some hallucination.
Because dudes told me it was cool. Like
It's okay. Leave him alone."
Fox 5 told me this was gonna happen. We good. All right.
You got another story?
Nah, not at all.
Okay, I got one more story.
I'm sorry. I only had like this main topic, and I had like the story about the West Baltimore Bridge, like the Baltimore Bridge.
Oh, run it. I mean, we might not live next week.
Yeah. All right, so we got
Just
the
throw
Baltimore.
that out there.
All right. So the bridge in Baltimore. So everybody that's been living under a damn rock, the Francis Scott Keith Bridge in Baltimore collapsed. What was it, last weekend? Early Sunday morning, just collapsed. Well, not just collapsed. I'm sorry. A damn ship ran into it in a crazy ass way. My mom, I'm from Baltimore. My mom's from Baltimore. My whole family's been in Baltimore since 1765 or some shit. We've been there for a long ass time. And my mom, for as long as she's been living there, and a lot of people I know that's been living there in my family, have always had this innate fear of driving across bridges in that place. Horrified of driving across bridges. All because they were scared of ships hitting it. Now we finally get to see one in real time, and it's horrifying, never imagined. Luckily, it happened like early morning hours of the day. Goddamn, the only people that got killed, which, RIP to them, was like 6 workers on the bridge. They was fixing potholes.
So none of the drivers that drove over the bridge got killed?
Not as far as I know. Now there was like one driver car that did fall in the water, but they recovered them and everything like that. But it seemed like only fatalities that happened were the actual people themselves that was working on the bridge. I can't remember if it was like, I don't know if they were like couldn't get in contact with them or whatever, or tell them like get them enough time to get off the bridge. But yeah, they found 2 of the bodies of 6 people, and 4 other ones they can't find, but they're being like declared dead at this point. They're like, yeah, they're gone. We can't really keep wasting our city's resources on this. We got other things to do, unfortunately. So 2 bodies they found, 6 other 4 they couldn't. Baltimore is, man, and of course Twitter went off the fucking chain with this by saying that was the mayor's fault because he was black. What the fuck? Whatever, man. Twitter's out of hand anyways. Twitter off the fucking chain. They was like, he a DEI hire, which is diversity, equity, inclusive, whatever it is. It's some new boogeyman that this country's creating to blame black people for being successful, I guess, or something. I don't know. Weird. But they blamed the black mayor for it, and they talked about, well, he was wearing like this type of like Letterman jacket during the early morning interview after the bridge collapsed. He should have been more prepared. Well, it was 1 o'clock in the morning when the damn bridge got hit. What do y'all want?
It's like, I just find like the first thing to put on, like, God damn it, like, Jesus Christ.
I'm just good here, man. Y'all worrying about the wrong thing. Like, why
you
y'all
wearing a Letterman jacket? Like, come on, man. Like, put on something, like, fucking put a suit on.
Oh, man, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You better look like you ready for the job. It's never enough for some people in this country, and so he's getting blamed for the bridge collapse, which is. Shellshock says it was 2 a.m. Even crazier. It was 2 a.m. I'm trying to be lenient. 1 a.m. It was at 2 a.m. they got that man up. And so they're asking for a lot for this man to like explain himself on why the shit got hit. Conspiracies have been flying out the ass of why this ship got hit. But I found out that it was actually this, I think it's a Ukrainian guy. The pilot of the ship was a Ukrainian dude. And now they're investigating him and everyone on the ship. and he was a pilot, Ukrainian ship pilot, ran into the damn bridge, and
Oh,
they
man.
trying to figure out like power outage. That's power outage is what they've been like. The media's been saying.
Damn,
Everybody got conspiracy about.
They had to say the guy that's driving it was Ukrainian. They had to say that.
Look, I dug deep. I was like,
God damn, they're trying to start a war.
I was like, who did this? I was like,
It was a Ukrainian guy that was in control of this cargo ship. That's
at least that's what I saw, folks. That's what I saw online. Please don't take my word for it. But I'll be digging deep when I'm trying to find
We're gonna get
who
stabbed.
this person is. Like, I'm not trying to start shit. I'm just saying, like, as far as what the internet came up to conclusion was of who was piloting, because everybody was digging for it, because this whole situation became a race thing. That's how it went out of control. It became a race thing. So it's like black folks got mad because they went after the black mayor because it was their fault. Some black folks were saying like, well, let's find out who the fuck was really driving this boat. If you want to talk about who's qualified for the job, and it's a Ukrainian guy. And then
Yeah, I didn't another thing I'm hearing, like it could have been like a control, like the ship was hacked and it was controlled over by overseas and
one.
somebody in China.
China shut down Facebook for I was hearing. So
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weird things because if you look at the camera, it showed like the cargo ship like lost power, came back
see
on,
it?
lost power again, came back on, and then next thing you know, it hits the bridge like directly.
straight up, like, ran right into that shit perfectly. Knocked the whole damn bridge down. One.
I don't know, like it could be like if, let's say like they were shipping like a lot of like you know, really high valued stuff that was supposed to come into the country, like going through that place, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna stop your production for the next however until you guys fix that bridge. But they didn't want like certain stuff to come into the country. Maybe it was like a sabotage just for that, just to halt that all those cargo ships that was supposed to come in.
I'm like, where's the manifest? What was on that ship?
Excuse me.
But crazy ass story. But luckily, I mean, sad to say, 6 people died. Could have been way worse if this was like, man, that's a main bridge out there. That's a pretty popular bridge, but people got crossed.
Yeah, it seemed like really convenient that it did happen at like 2 a.m. Right? It didn't happen on when there was like a bunch of cars on there, because maybe this was like something personal, but they still have like a heart, you know, they still have sympathy. Like, oh, we don't want like a lot of people to die, so we're gonna do this operation at night.
It's like, let's send a message, but not like send the message, but let's keep the death toll low. Like there's 6 people that's gonna be working that night on that bridge. Let's send a message.
Yeah, like let's just keep the death toll down, just you know, because they like, hey, yeah, I gotta go somewhere when I die, right? So they're like, hey, keep it down, like, but you know, I'm working for my boss, and yeah, we're gonna run this operation, and Godspeed. Hope nobody dies. Bob says, or top secret shit that they had unload quietly. What type of what would they unload, Bob? If you had to guess.
If anybody's not familiar with Baltimore, Baltimore is a port city. There's like ships come through that shit all the time. Chesapeake Bay, huge port city, seafood city, port city. It's all like a lot of its economy comes from a lot of these ships coming to and from across the Atlantic. And ain't no telling what the hell was on that ship and what was unloaded, where it was coming from. They're talking about a damn Ukraine damn pilot. Bob just said weapons. Like, ain't no telling what was on that damn thing.
Yeah, it could be so much weapons, drugs. Like, because you know what's crazy? A lot of the ports they're owned by like Chinese companies. So if you own the ports, right, you could bring anything to the ports, right? Because it has to go through some type of. Somebody has to check what's going on, right? But if you own the ports and certain shit that you want to get through it, you're gonna let that shit slide.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like how, for example, when police officers kill somebody unjustly in America, and the police department's like, okay, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're gonna have our own investigators look at the case. Well, of course, y'all ain't gonna say y'all did anything wrong because y'all the ones running the damn investigation. It's like this. It's like, yeah, we looked at it. It's nothing wrong. Everything's cool. Well, of course not. These are your inside people. This is what they paid to do. They're not gonna go against the grain. Oh, no.
Right.
I see it from that perspective. It's like, man, ain't nobody gonna like. They're not gonna tell us what rules is really going there. And then they're doing an investigation. Like, hey, everything was a-okay, just a routine. In fact, we're gonna lock up the guy who's driving the damn ship. Like, they might take it a step further. They might lock his ass up just to show, like, hey, we're dishing out punishment.
Yep. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to finish it up with one last story. Be right back.
Okay.
All right, and we're back. All right, last story for the night. All right, so you like seafood?
Oh, yeah, I love seafood.
Are you big on oysters?
Not really, though. They slimy. I don't know. Not really a big fan of it.
Yeah, they're slimy. I really love oysters. So, okay, so this article, like, I read, like, you know how, the story goes, like, if you eat oysters, you get horny. It's like an aphrodisiac.
Yes.
So, how many oysters do you think it takes to get horny? If you were to guess.
Honestly, I don't even know how the hell it even affects the body to make you, for it to become an aphrodisiac. I have no idea how it even happens. But if I were to guess, say 2.
How many?
2 oysters. Just 2 oysters. Just 2 little oysters.
Just 2?
Just 2. Is that too low?
I think it takes more than 2. Because, like, I mean, you can go to eat oysters, right? You eat, like 2 dozens, and you wouldn't feel, like, horny or nothing. So, like, this lady that works at a bar, she wanted to test this theory out. She's like, oh, yeah, oysters make you horny. And she's like, bet, I'm gonna do this for myself. I'm gonna test it out. And what Bob says, she says, probably you just got toxins and you just get delusional. No, there's actually some scientific research behind this. So they're saying, like, these oysters, they're loaded with zinc, which aids in the production of testosterone and increased sex drive for both men and women. But, like, beyond that, they said a lot of it is non-scientific. So, like, this lady that worked at the bar, right, her plan was to eat oysters, like, every single day, but each day she would increase the amount of oysters that she ate. So, the first day she would eat 1, right? Nothing happens. And then second day she eats 2. And then third day she eats, like, 4. And then by, like, Saturday, right? She says, like, nothing happened. She said, like, guys will flirt with her at the bar, but she doesn't feel horny or nothing. But she likes, like, some of the people that come to go eat or, at her bar and stuff. But, she never feels, like, horny enough to do anything. So, like, so Saturday, she actually ate 32 oysters in one session. She didn't have time for breakfast. Yeah, she ate 32 oysters. And then she said, like, she felt, like, a little sick because, she said these oysters were aggressively fresh. She's like, I think maybe they're too fresh because she felt kind of sick after eating 32 oysters.
Yeah. Well, maybe because she ate 32 oysters.
Yeah, she ate it, like, at a park, too. Like, she was, like, sitting at a park eating 32 oysters by herself. And then, like, she took a nap.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. And then, so she took a nap after she ate the oysters, and then she said something unexpected happened. And then she said she got incredibly horny. She had, like, all these weird oyster-infused dreams. She's rolling around naked in a desert, like, in her dream. And she was, like, sleeping with everybody in her dream because she was so horny. And then she woke up. She was still horny, and she was looking for fun now. She's like, what the hell? Like, all right, eating 32 oysters. Now she's, like, she's ready for, like, party time,
Now I'm a sex machine.
Yeah, and then she happened to woke up during, like, when her shift is about to start at the bar. So she was already, like, super horny. She went to clock into work, right? And then she said she acquired 2 numbers from guys at the bar. And then, like, the one guy, like, she was crushing on, right? She got his number, and then she ended up sleeping with him and stuff. And she's like, damn, like, these oysters, like, made me fucking horny as shit. Like, she's sleeping with her damn customers now.
Sex on fire. Damn.
Yeah. And then, like, on Sunday, the day after, she was supposed to do another test where she was supposed to eat 64 oysters. But she didn't eat all of it because she said she felt, like, sick, like, halfway through. But she said, like, she said the oysters did make her horny because she keeps thinking about, all that stuff. And then she's having all these wild-ass dreams and stuff. And, yeah, she's like, it's true. Like, it's oysters, like, an aphrodisiac, like, if you eat enough. And I guess 32 might be the magic number.
Imagine her being like full, like, oh, my stomach hurts. I can't move. I'm so full, but I'm so horny. Oh. Just like, tell me all hanging out beneath the shirt and shit, like,
Yeah,
belly
dude.
button all deep. Like,
Now, like, this is just not just for females. It's in males too. Like,
oh my god.
I've never ate 32 oysters in my life. I think the most, maybe like a dozen and a half, but never like 32. So I'm curious now, you know?
I've only eaten oysters twice in my life. The first time I didn't like it. The second time to see if I didn't like it, and I didn't like it. So that was it. It took me 2 times. I was like, I'm good.
You gotta put like the right sauce on it, I guess.
Shasha says, fun fact, right? I've had it with hot sauce. It's not bad with hot sauce. Shasha says, fun fact, working in bars, we didn't need oysters to sleep with customers. Oh, yeah. Get a trunk. Give me high levels of nicene found in in a lot of seafood. What? Like crabs?
Like
crabs?
another thing, right? Like if you're eating like so much oysters, like maybe like one of the reasons why she's getting sick is maybe, I mean, with seafood you have to worry about mercury levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she was getting like a slight mercury poison, maybe.
I thought the mercury was in the scales, though. I don't know. I'm tripping.
Okay.
That's what I might be completely wrong. I don't know. I always thought it was like in the scales. That's why I never ate the scales.
Maybe. I don't know.
I
always try to tie in like with seafood with mercury.
Always tuna, mercury.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, 32 oysters will make you horny.
That's insane, boy. First, just slurp them out. You ever had fried oysters?
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, the second time I had an oyster was fried. I was like, it's better than a regular, but it still sucks.
I had like, we used to do like oysters like in a back barbecue, like in the backyard, and then I would have a friend. He would make like the best dipping sauce ever, and then it would be like the most magical oysters I've ever had. Because the sauce, like shit, I don't know what the hell he put in that sauce. Probably a lot of MSG, but it was good.
Hooked it up.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got for this. We're good on time?
Man.
Definitely, huh?
Definitely. We were super good.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll catch you guys next week on Saturday. Peace out. Adios.
See you guys.